Not leaving anything to mystery with this menu, are we? Well, I guess it's as simple as this game's premise, and that does not have to be a bad thing. Hello everyone, and welcome to Heat or Die, a game in which we find ourselves lost in the frozen wilderness, battling not only the elements, but a Wendigo pursuing us. Thank you so much to the developer for providing me with a free key for this, and they described it as a hardcore survival horror game, one which could take anywhere from 15 to 60 minutes depending on how we do. And knowing me, it might take even longer, because I do not tend to do well in games like this. I'm still having flashbacks to I remember this dream, and this almost seems like an evolution on that concept boiled down and focused to gameplay. But we won't know what that's like until we jump in.
Alex, drop the mission now. I just saw something out here. Some kind of creature? Nothing like I've ever seen. Get the hell out of there, as fast as you can. I'm shooting flares so you can find your way back.
Oh, it's like body cam style. I see we've got stamina, heat, and a direction to run in. Oh, but already I can feel a presence out here, like I feel like I'm not alone. This is something that I always love in horror games, something that is short, sweet, and just all about taking advantage of a simple premise. And you know, it's weird. I kind of made fun of it for just showing the Wendigo straight up on the main menu. And yet I feel a sense of dread when it's going to appear. I don't know, somehow that didn't do anything to make it less scary. Oh god, shoot. I hear something. Hey, bud! Wow, you can sneak up in a hurry. Get used to it, the achievement says. This won't be the last time you were dragged into the snow and eaten alive. We still had... we only made it 11% of the way, so how do we actually go about evading you? Press tab for help, okay. The Wendigo fears fire. Swing your torch by holding the left mouse button, or E. Stay quiet if your torch fades or goes out. Your movement speed affects torch durability and body temperature. So we're kind of encouraged to take it slowly in order to preserve not only our own strength, but the strength of the torch, our only lifeline. Because if it does go out, we're forced to resort to stealth, and that's not a safe bet. Sound design in this is actually pretty good. Oh no. You fear fire, you said. Can we... Okay, you said you... Oh, there's a breath holding mechanic if I left control. Hang on, I'm having a really, really hard time commentating on this. Can I... restore the torch? I can. The sound design in this is actually really, really good. I mean, I was going to comment on how muted it is because of, you know, the depth of the snow and how lightly packed it is. But I hear everything I need to. It's actually done in a really strange way where everything is so faint, but it's so clearly directional. I mean, I imagine the trees act as concealment, But also, I cannot tell where this thing is with relation to me. Oh! Oh, come on! I was holding left click. You ran out of nowhere. It still says 11% completed. He opened your stomach like a book, then read it. This game's gonna taunt me. Alright, this time let's try and be quick. We know which way we're going, but it's so easy to get turned around. It'll give us the same advice in the beginning. We're really gonna need to learn what brings you in and what gets us out. Because it seemed like there, I really didn't have enough time to react to get rid of you. So staying in the open is better for us, but it may draw you in. Okay, that was the sound, I think, of another flare. Nope. Nope. Oh my god. Oh, you're not immediately afraid of it. You'll just... Oh. It's like the flamethrower in Alien Isolation. It can be used to get rid of you in a pinch if we're alert. But it costs us something, and now... I have no idea where we're going. I think just backing into this is maybe what made you leave for real. I don't know if swinging the torch had anything to do with it. Okay, there's our next way. Once more, though, these sounds are so muted. It's a contrasting stillness. Actually, for a second, the wind picked up and I almost felt like I was deaf. Like, oh no, I can't hear a thing! The Wendigo fears fire. So long as we can reach these checkpoints, we should be okay, right? But I'm really gonna need you to fire off another flare. Is that... I think that's the moon. So I can maybe use that for direction. Ooh, wait, what's this? Press F to strike and throw a match. Maybe I can use it as like a distraction or something, or to set something on fire? Could really use some extra help right now, and for all I know, it's watching from the trees, waiting for me to leave. Over there. We've really got to keep an ear out. I think it probably also helps to keep an eye on landmarks, right? Oh my god, I was inside the rock. It's definitely out there. I can't tell if that's where I just came from or not. Oh god, I don't even know. Nope! Okay, we're backing up. We're backing up to the campsite. Okay, no, we can independently get rid of you, but I think in this moment, our best thing to do is regroup. Get back to here. Okay, so there is strategy to it. This is so great. This feels like the kind of thing that, like, you would suggest around the lunch table as a game, doesn't it? And what I mean by that is... it's the kind of thing you never think would actually get made into a game because it doesn't feel like a full, complete package, but in the world of indie games, it doesn't have to be. It can just be a short, condensed experience. Let's keep this thing topped off. Still don't quite know what the matches are for, but hey, we're making much better progress than last time, and I feel a little bit more confident. maybe that confidence is misplaced. But yeah, being able to maintain a sense of direction, definitely helpful. Oh god. Forget it. Don't even try. Don't even try to light it again. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna turn around and it's already gonna be gone. But yeah, being able to maintain that sense of direction and remember where it is, even when you're turning around, well, it means that you'll be able to, you'll be able to have more initiative. Nope. Get away. Get away. We can actually probably use our own tracks. There's little things that we can use as survival tools. And I haven't even talked about the story yet. This game has been so frantic. We were told to abort the mission. Who knows what it is? But whatever it was, it doesn't matter now. There's a friggin' Wendigo. Alright, we're still going the right way. There. Up here, thank you. Oh my god, that was so close. Alright, let's take a moment to rest up and replenish our coldness. This is really, really tense. I mean, I have no idea what the scale of this is. I have no idea if I'm even close to getting out of here. I certainly doubt there's going to be any checkpoints. This whole time, you're just rotating around slowly, waving your torch, and I just love the visuals here. That dark gray haze of a snowstorm with all these tall trees billowing around you. And I actually like the body cam effect here simply because of like the CRT distortion. I mean, that curve really affects tall objects like this. Come on, move. Already on my tail, are you? Yeah, boy! That's right, you get out of here. Well, this footage will definitely be valuable. For all I know, I'm right back where I started. I turn around so much. I am not good at maintaining a sense of direction in this setting, I'll tell you that much. This is the kind of thing that could get me stuck for quite a while. Now, I'm not even promising I'm going to beat this, because that's the thing those of you who watch this channel know, I really do not like losing progress in games, and in this is the kind of thing where you haven't made any progress until you've made it out. But I do definitely still feel like this is a cool game worth showcasing either way. I've been super impressed with every little aspect, because one advantage is that when a game has a premise so simple, you can base every tiny mechanic around it. From the tracks in the snow to the visuals and how they distort the trees. Everything matters when there's so few factors at play. No, you don't. You only have like a second to hear that. Get out of here, you. I do wonder just how wide and expansive this map actually is, how far off course it'll let us get. I'm not just keeping an eye out for you, I'm keeping an eye out for additional campfires. Every once in a while, my own footsteps sound like you. And every once in a while, I see a tree that I think kind of looks like you. Over here. Leave me alone, wills ya? Oh, it's starting to be farther and farther between checkpoints. Anything in here? No. Where is it? Through there. I could barely see it. That's incredibly dangerous. No, wait. I'm getting tangled up in here. I can't move beyond this rock? Nope. I can't move beyond that rock. So that's gonna be a bit of an issue. Okay, we're coming down this way. We're gonna have to go around. It's kind of the only way, but running, panicking, I feel like that's the biggest killer. I also have noticed that it seems to be getting darker, too. Every once in a while, it may pay to just stop and listen. Yep. Go on, you. Being overly cautious costs a lot of fire, and I do not wish to start stealthing. Wait. I hear something. It's an unlit campfire. There we go, we can start there. Oh no, I accidentally pressed F instead of E, and now I have no matches. And these campfires are no longer going to lead us there. The only reason I found this one is because of the walkie. Oh, please, please have another flare. Pretty sure it was over that way somewhere, but I'm not moving until I'm sure. And there's wolves. I wonder, does the Wendigo have dominion over wolves? Storm may be picking up as well. Where? That way. Okay. Can't see the moon. And the ambient sounds are picking up as well as birds take flight. Man, I was stuck there for a while. I can hear radios from within the woods, but within seconds, this lumbering thing is just over you. This is getting way more difficult as we go, and I'm starting to think I'm not going to make it. Every time I bump into a tree, I think you blindsided me again. And there goes the torch. We're also starting to freeze to death. Those sounds mean you're hunting. And there's our breath, and we're dead. 14 minutes, 74%. He crushed your ribs and wore them like a crown. Maybe it's better to sprint. Like, we won't be able to hear something coming, but if it can get us to the next checkpoint faster, maybe it's worth it? I mean, definitely not if we might have to hold our breath in a pinch. I mean, it could be I'm just taking a very different path, but we've even got scattered campfires in the middle of nowhere. Always worth it to rest up. It really is just a red light, green light in a couple directions. in terms of the dash between spaces and in terms of being ready to stop you when you overstep. We'll know from your breath when you're hunting, and that means we've got to stop and be on the lookout. There you go. Get out of here. And I remember that I'm going this way. It's really weird how, like, deafened the sounds in this game are, and yet, like I said, it's all very directional. Like, it feels very deliberate. Oh no, we've already reached this point, and I have nothing to start this fire with. Except this. Perfect. But I will not get that chance again, so, okay, so radios will guide us in after there's no more fire. We gotta wait for another one, though, yeah. So there's definitely two tiers to this. A definitive point where the fires go out, where we have to navigate more by sound because the storm increases and the sky darkens. There is a progression to it. And actually, we should... I didn't even try to light it with the torch. I think I tried it once and it didn't work immediately, but I'm going to try again because it makes sense. Because everything's a little bit delayed with this thing. Because there's no point really in using matches while we still have the torch, right? This is the worst part, the part where you're just waiting around. I almost feel... Oddly enough, I almost feel more safe while I'm sprinting. Okay, I heard it. This way. The thing is, you'll get there faster if you're sprinting, but while you're sprinting, there's more uncertainty that you'll get there. Gotta listen out. Here it comes. Gotta have faith that we'll hear him. Off you go, but I don't hear anything. I have not heard any radios throughout all this. Come on. They're gonna hunt again soon, no doubt. We're basically in waiting to die stage. We're gonna freeze. Nope, and you're gonna get us anyway. That time we made it 69% of the way in 6 minutes, so that's an improvement. We can run it first. I think after that we need to pace ourselves. Where's the moon with relation? Just to the top right. I don't know if it'll move. Oh, hey, Darwin! Darwin, what are you doing out here? I swear you turn up in the most unexpected places. Is that a note? We were a team of 5 anthropologists. It was last night when, one by one, all 4 of them disappeared. I'm afraid I will disappear too. Please help me if you see this letter. I'm hiding, but don't respond to the slender skeleton human. Note by Dr. Michael Grims, Ontario Research Studies, 2004. He hasn't been found. Wait, so the nature of the note we found beneath you is kind of strange. Like, were you looking for him after that note was recovered? And that's why you had it on you? Run out just as we reach, yes. Thankfully, we have a 1-up right here. But yeah, this is the difficult part. Because not only are these harder to find, but they're also so much further apart. It's kind of funny, because you're most likely to want to sprint here when you're sort of in that home stretch. Now's the worst time to do it. In the first part, the most important thing is speed. Now, it's fire, it's warmth, and it's the ability to continue on. I'm worried I'm just going sideways here. Oh god, how distant is that fire? I'm worried if I'm seeing this. I haven't really gotten anywhere. I've just moved backwards. Oh, a 1-up is a 1-up. Oh god, you're hunting more often, too. Yep, off you go. I can hear a radio this way. Let's light you, yes. Okay. I should have figured that would work. I just didn't think to try it after I failed once. But oh, it is now truly dark. And I'm content to just stick around eating fried fish for a while. I mean, if the Wendigo is scared of fire, wouldn't it make more sense to just radio for help? Granted, it's a walkie, nobody's on the other end of this, nobody alive anyway. But you could just stay here forever, theoretically. I mean, this fire doesn't seem to be burning itself out. I don't know if that was a hiss or if that was a flare. Nope, that was a flare. This way. Panicked run, that's the death of us. Yes! Maybe it's not so infrequent. But we gotta stop and wait more often. I think patience is the key to this second half. Because now that the cold is a bigger factor, now that the fire is a bigger factor, I thought that was you crawling in from the edge of the darkness, wow. We can just sit here replenishing until that flare pops again. What's cool about this is that I am so dependent on someone else and their timing for my survival. Like, when you look at everything that's helping and hurting you, it's actually a bit more complex than it at first seems. I hear breath, and then I hear the shot. This has got to be my best run yet, right? Hunting. There you are. So the trick to you is to start waving as soon as possible after you start running towards me. And I've hit a wall. Wait. There's fire. Oh, it's distant, but it's there. It's distant, but it's there. We've probably already been here. We probably made no progress whatsoever. But you know what? We're alive. Yep, this is the same fire. But you know what? It's a beacon to ourselves. The problem is maintaining direction after an encounter with you. That's what's dangerous about you. Freezing to death all the while, by the way. This thing's gonna go out, and I'm gonna freeze. I'm getting stuck on all these trees, too. Oh my god. Okay, you're off. But I'm gonna freeze, man. I can't hear any radio static. I can't. I'm dead. That is really aggravating. 74%, that's it? I wasn't really making it any distance, but I ran up against a wall. What was I supposed to do? I heard that. Heard that. So the Wendigo messes with electronics. An ancient forest being, and it knows how to work a walkie-talkie. The issue that I'm having now is that I understand the mechanics pretty well. However, the things that are killing me are things I can't proactively do much about. It may be worth it to sometimes not strictly stay going towards the flares, so that I can find and light these things. It at least gives me somewhere to run back to. But, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a trap to feel like you have to be, like, sprinting headfirst towards the objective all the time. That much is sure. I can't see anything from here. Oh, whoa. Well, we're not gonna hear you anymore. But that's alright, because now we can see this campfire. I'm pretty sure this is the right way, but it's always safer to wait. Yep, see, I was a little bit off. But then again, as we've seen, the trap in the second part is sprinting headlong. Maybe it's also a trap to always go straight towards it. Maybe swinging a little bit wide would have helped prevent our mountain escapade. Nope, not today. Yeah. Actually, look. I can see that back there is the last campfire. This one's right here. So that more or less tells me which way I was heading, right? Which is pretty neat. Yep. It's more no you do not, sir. I can hear you rush off. Or, well, it's visual, too. Okay, right there, beyond the bench. We're going. No, that was so quickly. My God! Oh, come on! I bumped a tree, and that's 71% of the way. I never get any farther than that. Oh, that's another note. I need the accompanying... There we go. Very close. Photo finish. But I want to at least read that note if I'm not going to beat this thing. Come on. My sister and I came camping with our dad. 2 minutes into midnight, we heard loud screams from his tent. We quickly got out of the tent and found a pool of blood outside his tent, but he wasn't there. My sister drove our car to the ranger's quarter and we came back to the jungle to look for him, but he wasn't there anymore. Interview with... oh, so that is the context. Interview with Maisu and Tara, who lost their father at Great Lakes Campsite 2011. So this is actually 2010s, or beyond. For some reason that's kind of unexpected from the style. And we're up against the wall again. You can always tell you're gonna run against the wall because it starts having weird collision on the trees. No, let me through. Let me through. Oh my god, let me through. I'm stuck in the trees. Oh, come on. We've got matches. And there's another note back there, too. The government hasn't done an expedition at the abandoned mines because they're afraid. Afraid of the Wendigo, but they will never tell us. Ex-US Army officer. Ooh, so it's a cover-up. I'm stuck again. The trees over by the mountain just behave so stupidly. Come on, is there... oh my god, there's nothing here. There's a note, but there's nothing here. No human can grow 6 feet tall, grow fangs, claws, antlers, and turn their skin pale in a matter of minutes. Forest Rangers, Michigan, 1998. It's just really starving me for campfires now. I'm about to freeze to death. It's just, I get to this point in the game and I feel like there's nothing I can do. 87% that time, but there's just no campfires. Swinging to the left definitely helps to avoid the mountain, but there's just nothing out there. Hey, it's a snowman. I probably shouldn't be too close with this torch, though, huh? Goodbye, snowman. Hey, we're skiing. It's like that one 90s game. I mean, maybe it's a good thing that we're moving downhill now? Yep, see? Completely out of torch, because I haven't seen a campfire in forever. Even if I find one, it's never given me any matches, so at this point... oh, here we go. Nope. So sometimes it's nice. Sometimes they're fairly close together. Sometimes there's just not a ton else I can do. We're still in that point around the 70% range where it's doable if you get lucky with these things, if you take it slow, if you pace yourself. I can actually see a campfire head. Or maybe that's a radio. But beyond there, there's just a desert, and I'm hoping that's just a byproduct of being too close to the mountain. That's why I'm trying to swing wide this time. Ugh. I just got the achievement for lighting 5 campfires in one run, and I know I've done that many times before. Same note. So maybe it's not procedurally generated. Alright. Can we see our last fire? We can. Other snowman. We're getting a bit bolder as well, I feel like. Nope. Bear in mind, we have received no matches. I've been to so many campfires. Definitely paying to keep away from the mountain. Come on, no. Light it. But it's colder and darker than ever. For a while, it's in a sweet spot. For a while, it's in a sweet spot where it rewards that patience. But now it's a lot of waiting around. And a lot of luck. So it's been a really long time since the last flare. I'm trying to keep the upward slope to my right. Oop. As soon as I leave. Right here at the end. No tree, no tree, no tree, no tree. Yep, you get bored and leave. Right this way. Could that be it? Oh, who cares? I'm running for it. Could that be it? Oh, but should I be running for it? Probably not, right? Oh, there's not going to be something else along the way. Yes. This is it. A police car! Yes! Oh my god, we actually made it! I was expecting a twist!
Thank God you made it, Alex. We lost people out there, yeah. But you saw what was in those woods. There was nothing we could have done. And honestly, no one's gonna believe us anyway. Let's just say
I was recording!
we can find the missing people and go home.
We were a regular police unit out here searching for missing people. Come on, man. The body cam saw everything. I got plenty of up-close FaceTime with the Wendigo. And honestly, the Wendigo wasn't as bad as the cold, and I kind of like that if it's intentional. So, if I could go back in time an hour and change and tell myself one thing for survival, what would it be? Stick to the left. Follow the flares, but offset yourself to the left. Because being too close to the mountain, not only does it screw you up with the terrain and the bizarre sudden change in the collision of the trees, there's just a complete dearth of campfires close to the mountain. However, when flares do become more rare, it does help to see where it is. Seeing that upward slope tells you, okay, the mountain's on my right, I need to keep left, and following along that path is what saved me in the end there. And knowing that would have saved me a lot of time, because I actually thought, for the most part, this was really well balanced. I actually loved how, for such a simple game, it had a handful of mechanics that don't seem like anything at first that all serve as useful markers. It kind of feels like a supernatural Jack London story by the end. This is actually a pretty cool soundtrack that I'm hearing now, too. I'll tell you one thing that I super appreciate from this developer, that it actually allowed us to escape instead of just killing us in the ending at the end of this high-stress game. It truly is a reward to get to the end. The Wendigo itself was horrifying to look at, and I like how the first time you see it, it's probably going to be in the half second where it sprints out of the trees at you. From there, I do feel like we spend too much time in-game, and granted, that'll vary from person to person, to the point where you'll realize that it's the lack of campfires that kills you and not the Wendigo, because the mechanics are learnable. Aside from the placement of campfires, not much is up to luck. It is just a gamble when the Wendigo comes on how much of that torch you want to waste. You could do the safe thing of flailing that torch around as soon as you know it's coming, but trying to cut it as close as possible is extremely risky, but will save you in that later area where you know, or rather when you don't know where your next campfire is going to be. The atmospherics are the star of the show here. It is absolutely top-notch, and I like that the cold was very much a checkpoint-to-checkpoint thing, as was your torch. It didn't feel like an arbitrary timer placed over the entire game, because if that had been the case, it would have detracted from the atmosphere, but here, it actually encourages you to spend a lot of time at the campfires. And speaking of the campfires, I really like that it didn't do the thing it could have done, where they would go out in the snow after a while. You could spend a good few minutes at a campfire, just afraid to leave, and you know that you'll be safe as long as you're there, but you're not making any progress. Instead, exploring out, venturing out, maybe not even directly towards the flares, and finding more campfires can be useful because they serve as beacons, even after they stop being lit from the get-go. You kind of do have to build your own pathway. I guess one of the upsides to having this take so long to beat, it took me nearly an hour and a half, was that I was able to appreciate the relationship between the bars. Because at first I was annoyed because I was like, man, I do anything and we lose torch. And we lose torch, we're dead. Like, the holding your breath is a Hail Mary, but that always meant 100% of the time that I was going to die to the cold a few seconds later anyway. But what I ended up liking about it was that it is balanced in such a way where it encourages you to take it slow when resources are more scarce, when you don't necessarily know where you're going next. And that incentivizes you to take in the atmosphere more, and it does change as you go, the increasing of the storm and the wind effects on the trees. When I first started playing, I was like, I'm going to have nothing to talk about in this, because it is just ultimately a red light, green light run from the thing, but the more I played, the more I realized that there was a lot of thought put into this, and I really appreciated that. I mean, this right here, I made fun of it for having the Wendigo right front and center in the menu, and that didn't end up detracting from the scariness at all. Because the atmospherics are the real stars of the show, the shadows that conceal it. And that alone was enough to make it scary again. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.